where just a friend or someone close, you might find yourself with a Star Wars fan in your life. So, you might ask yourself the question, what should I get that person when the time of Christmas rolls around? So I've compiled a list of a few things that you can get for that special person in your life. Starting off the list, let's start with the most generic answer, the movies themselves. At the time of the release of this video, all movies are available in the 4K remasters, the Blu-rays and DVDs. But for a person like that, they most likely already own some sort of copy of Star Wars, or they stream it from Disney Plus or other sources. The next subsections on the list are books. Now, there have been countless Star Wars books over the years. Of course, the old ones are called Star Wars Legends, the new ones are from the new canon, and they have been around for quite some time. And if you want to get something Christmassy for that Star Wars fan in your life, then I recommend the Life Day book, which actually released last year, and it's basically the only Christmas Star Wars book that we have. But if you think that might be too corny or something like that, then there is of course other books, such as Brotherhood by Mike Chen, which released this year and is quite new and is most likely the best Star Wars book that released this year. As for video games, there have been of course many Star Wars video games through the years, but the two that I would recommend are the single player games. First one is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which released this year, and the second one is Jedi Fallen Order, which released in 2019, but it is getting a sequel next March. Moving on, we have art and posters. There are many talented artists in the world that sell prints and their artworks of their interpretations of the Star Wars universe. But you can of course go for the classics and maybe buy an art book, such as the Ralph McQuarrie collection that is currently being sold. But of course you can always get a poster of your friend's or close one favorite Star Wars project, where it would be a movie or a TV show. And lastly, we have collectibles. Now this spreads really wide and far. You have of course the Star Wars Black Series, which is the most well-known collectible from Star Wars, as they are action figures. Scaling around 6 inches, you can get the person's favorite Star Wars character. But if they're not into action figures, you can always try a Funko Pop, which is a completely different style and is more of a figurine. But if you don't want a figurine at all, there are of course a great variety of LEGO sets from Star Wars that recreate the famous iconic scenes from the movies in the iconic brick form. But if you don't want anything that cheap or toyish, let's call it, there are always higher end collectibles, such as replicas of certain props. Disney offers their own lightsaber replicas, but if you want to go really deep, then you can of course order lightsabers from custom vendors, which will be of course more expensive, but some of them are even cheaper than the Disney replicas themselves. You can always just also get the hilt of the person's favorite Star Wars character. But as I said, this is a more pricey option. But lastly, there are of course the things such as a calendar, or maybe a good old mug, or perhaps a tee or a sweater. All the generic Christmas presents with a nice little Star Wars twist on them. So that is for you to decide if you want to get that. So that was my list, and I hope I helped you find a present, or if not find one, maybe give you an inspiration for what you are exactly looking for. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!